Live from the Talking Joe studios, it's Talking Joe.
Talking Joe is on the air.
Hey, it's me, Mark, and welcome to Talking Joe, the comics podcast for G.I. Joe, but we are not talking G.I. Joe comics today. We are talking all things Joefest as a bunch of us international heroes are making our preparation for one of our highlights of the year, Joefest in Augusta, Georgia, June 26th through to the 28th, 2026. And it's going to be a show with probably more participants than watchers, as we have got a massive amount of people backstage waiting to talk all things Joefest. So in no particular order, we'll bring in everybody. So starting up with Simon.
Hello.
Simon, who is sweltering in his attic room as we are, let's not forget, a record-breaking hottest day ever in the UK for May. So I think, yeah, we're all sweating like I don't know, somebody in a packed con, let's say. Next up in his G.I. Joe room, which puts most of us to shame, it's Stephen.
Hey dudes, what's up?
The international hero. Let's we'll look at your room I think again in a second, because it does bear a little bit of respect there. Next up, we've got another UK Joe fan. It is Marcus.
Hey there. How's it going?
What's up, Marcus? Those are great shelves too. Those are packed shelves.
They
I
are.
think
They're a little too packed. I think they're. There's like a risk of a domino rally, I think.
Yeah, and he's overzealous. Only overzealous dusting, and you'll have a real domino there.
Just
Right.
One O-ring goes, isn't it? And
Ping. Yeah. So not in an attic room is Jason of the Order of Battle podcast, and possibly a threat of in lingering in the background as well. What's up, Jason?
Probably not anymore. He's run off to game with some friends.
Good.
sensible.
What's the temperature where you are in Nashville?
So currently, let's see. It is 78 degrees or 25.5 degrees Celsius right now.
Okay. No, you're probably not far off what I am here on the south coast of England, but we're built different for heat, I think.
Well, you're also on the south coast, so you're going to have the breeze. We're just going to have it's
you're going to have air
severe.
conditioning, I think.
Yeah. That's 66.
Yep. I have got next up. We have got Chris.
Hello.
Hello, Chris. We can hear you.
I'm not hearing anything though.
You're not hearing anything.
Technical glitch here.
Okay, just make sure you've got your right speaker selected.
Can't hear a thing.
There's a few technical glitches by the sound. Simon, Stephen, can you hear me?
Yes.
I can hear you loud and clear. Can you hear
I
me?
hear everybody else as well.
Yeah, I can hear Stephen.
Cool.
Okie.
I couldn't hear
Yeah.
Chris or Jason though.
How weird. Give it a possibly if you have any glitches, come hit the refresh, come into the room, the virtual room again. So what about got a few drop off. So next up we have got Stefan, who, I'll repeat the joke for the screen, has got the largest cocktail umbrella in the country as his background.
How's it going, guys? All good?
Good. How are you coping with the heat today, Steph?
Hate the heat. I hate it. It's too hot, mate. I've got a massive beard going on at the minute as well.
It's not going to help.
Yeah. No,
you've got an Arctic Explorer beard. It's you're preparing for the adventure team.
Yeah, no, I don't like the heat. But at least it's not Augusta heat.
Yeah, but we have aircon in Augusta. That's
Yeah, if anything, in the giant con hall, it was at times a little bit too chilly. You would put on a jumper or something. So and then waiting in the wings, we also have Ray, one of Joe Fandom's finest customizers, painters. Can't hear. Oh, good grief. Can you not hear anything?
Can you guys hear me?
Oh yeah.
we can hear you.
We can
Ray.
hear you.
Right.
I can hear one or two people, not everybody.
Just one or two.
I can hear the latest person that's came onto the stream, so I can only hear Steph now and nobody else. I think
His
Chris
system is discriminating against us.
I can hear you now, Jason.
Oh
Can't hear
dear,
group chat. I
selected.
can only hear one person talking, so I'll drop off and come back in.
Okay, and we've got Chris joining back again. How's the sound working for you at the moment,
We've
Chris?
got sounds now.
Got sound.
All
Excellent.
working.
Excellent. So I think a refresh. I just advised Ray to do that. So
Yeah.
let's see.
Right, and then we are live, so we do have people joining us from in the world of the comments as well. So hello to Casey, podcast from the pit. It's Paddy Lennon. And here we go. Second, Stephen Kelly cameo of the appearance of the day. They bumped into each other earlier. What a crew! Thanks, Casey. And what a system! I think we're just overloading all of StreamYard's capabilities. I think that just too many people that it can cope with. Right, so we're gathered here to talk about all things Joefest. We're sort of talking about there's shows that have Road to Joe's. We've got another what's he called? Punk with Toys is also doing a drive to Joefest. So I thought because almost all of us are flying into Joefest, that we'll call this one the Runway to Joefest. So let's go around a little bit. So for me, this year will be year number 3, and obviously sort of representing Talking Joe, sort of looking to record some panels, do all of our stuff. Casey, StreamYard can't handle this many legends. So Stefan,
Do you want me to go then, do you?
Stefan, Stephen, let's hear from you. Are you coming back as the international heroes with a table this year?
Yeah, we certainly are, mate. Third year selling at Joefest. Had a great year last year. I think we pretty much sold out, Steve, didn't we? Last year, done really well, mate.
Yep, we did very well and made lots of people.
You can't hear us. Can you hear me, Steve?
I can hear you. Yeah, can you hear me?
Can't hear
So
Steve.
you rabbit in a way, but
Oh no!
yeah, I mean,
I can hear Stephen.
can you? I
Fine,
can't
you
hear
found that
him.
mute button.
That's
can I-
probably a good thing, though, because I'm going to have enough of him in a month, and so. Yeah, no, back there for third year selling. Same stuff as previous years. Got some really good stock for this year. Prices will be the same as last year. So best prices on the market, pretty much across the board. So yeah, just looking forward to meeting everybody again and hanging out with friends from different countries. It's going to be great. Can't wait. I literally, from the day we come back last year, I've been looking forward to going again. So I think probably the same as everybody.
Cool. I've got while we're talking international heroes, I've got some slides. So you're at table 112 this year, and got some photos from last year. You with Steph Green.
Yeah, he's
that's
great,
right,
man. Great.
Seth Green.
Yep.
There's Stephen with the legend, Mark Pennington. Larry Harmer at your table. Was this last year? It was, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was last year. Yep. He's trying to figure out what Stephen was saying to him, I should imagine, looking at that.
Crikey. I can only imagine.
Was Chris translating? Was he?
Just write it down for me. Saying.
Yeah. Hey, there he is. Big dog.
There's the big dog.
Big dog.
Okay. I'm muting Chris because we're getting a lot of echo on your side. There's you with the Sarge, Stephen with snake eyes, the Joefest floor, and here's some pictures of the main draw. It's the International Heroes table. You had so much. It was sort of mind-boggling last year. Are we seeing more sort of crates being shipped in advance of the trip this time around?
Yeah, there's pretty much we'll be looking at about the same quantity as last year. So we've got a couple of boxes out there already, and then I think there's four or five more that are at my house, all packed up, ready to go. I think they're getting collected on Wednesday because we've had the bank holiday. And then suitcases, multiple suitcases going out as well. So plenty of like I said earlier, it's amazing stock again this year. Some of the best condition figures that I've ever had are coming out. And I'm really looking forward to offering up to the members at Joefest. It's going to be great.
It's awesome. How many? So I think last year we had like almost a record for the biggest amount of Robo skulls gathered in one place. How many was it in the end last year?
So I think we had 10. I think it was 10 last year. There won't be that many this year. But you're going to see there's a fair few ATCs going out this year. Just I think a little bit more of a mix. But large quantities of pretty much everything. So it's going to be good. Going to be good, man.
Any sort of highlights that you're sort of particularly looking forward to kind of putting out on the table? If it lasts that long.
No. I mean, I always like taking out the Tiger Force. The European Tiger Force exclusives, and the mutt, the junket. The Mutt and Junkyard and Spirit. So I always like taking them out. A lot of people don't see them, so they're a good conversation point with them. Like I said, they are some of the best figures that I've ever had. Been collecting for a long time, buying and selling, and these are very, very good quality figures. So there's nothing that I'd say the people haven't seen before that's going out there. But the condition of the stuff is top drawer. So
cool. And you'll be tabling next to our man Rust as well.
So we'll be.
That was off of his table. The image on screen is from his table, I think last year. These cool.
That's it.
customs.
Yeah, they were there last year, weren't they? Yeah, amazing. Them quality. That Tiger Force Outback is amazing. I've been really, really looking forward to handing over that Tiger Force hit and run that Ray made for Rob Rust. I can't wait to give that to Rob, and what a great job Ray did on that. Absolutely top drawer. I'm looking forward to that. I'm sure that a lot of people at Joefest will get to see that, and hopefully be inspired to do their own customs as well. But really looking forward to seeing that in hand.
Cool. Let's segue then to Ray. What you up to for Joefest this year then?
I'm not sure if you can hear me. Can you?
We can.
Okay. Yeah, going over as a punter again. I think this is my 4th year going, but I'm getting involved in the customs class this year. It's been headed up by Chris Scott and Mark Gerwig. They asked me just to pop along and maybe give people advice on some painting while I'm there. But yeah, kind of going over for the, I suppose, finishing off the GI Joe list and hanging out with everybody really in the hotel bar. That's the kind of the best part of Joefest, I think, is just really linking up with everybody again. Looking forward to it. I can't believe it's only 5 weeks away. It's amazing.
4.5 weeks away.
4.5. Because we're keen. We're going out early as well. We're getting ahead. Get some of the jet lag out of the way, which I think is a big help. Sort of don't want to let sort of basic biology of needing sleep sort of tie us down too much from getting involved in all of the fun. So, are you bringing out anything particularly with you beyond your hit and run, right?
I was thinking maybe bringing a couple of customs, all right, just to maybe show them off. I've done this one lately. I don't know if anyone had seen that. It's a Yeti Trooper.
Oh wow!
Oh, cool! Look at that.
Yeah, so
it's amazing.
That's a 6-inch scale. Might bring him with me. Might bring a couple of others, maybe try and sell them. But yeah, the main one I kind of done for this one was this guy for Rust. He was looking for a European version of Hit and Run. That's the guy there.
That's awesome.
So that's for him.
So cool.
But yeah, I don't know what to expect from the customs class because I actually missed it the last couple of years. So I think it's just Chris sells a kit where you bring your own figure along. I think it's Footloose this year, and basically you can make a Falcon figure from it. So it's basically you just put the figure together there and paint them up as you're there for the day. So it should be a bit of fun.
Cool. Yeah, while we're getting people talking as well, let's have a little bit of a look behind them. Are you able to? Because I know your room is amazing, Ray. Are you happy to sort of tilt the camera down?
It's an absolute mess at the moment.
Not too far down now. Okay.
There's stuff everywhere, but I guess that's
okay.
A pair of Ray's pants on the floor.
Yeah, you wouldn't know what to get in this room. There's
wow.
Flag over there and mess on the floor, and anywhere else there'll be a mess. But yeah, I suppose all the customs of old up there. I don't want to show off the rest because it's an absolute disgrace at the moment. I need Kelly to come over and clean the place up with me.
I'm waiting for the invite.
Yeah, I think that's a Stephen Kelly dream, isn't it? Just get in, organise. I think
He loves that. He loves it.
Just pretend like I do, Ray, that you've been burgled. It works every time.
I've been burgled. Someone's come in and put a load of stuff in my room. Is that the way it works?
Some weirdo with a load of Action Force stuff came in and just threw it around the place.
Fab. Stephen, while we were sort of talking about your organisational skills, let's have a bit of a tour of your room as well.
Can you hear me now? More importantly,
yeah.
Cool. I don't think some people can. So there's the flag.
Oh, look at that!
Last year,
Cool.
from Joshua. Was it Fresh? Oh, I can't remember the name of the place now. I'll get the name of it later on. But Joshua and Keith sold me that last year, and Kent Leddy was kind enough to post off and send off half the big deck pieces you can see there. You can see the Terror Drum I got as well. I bought off David E. and Kent. It shipped over for me in immaculate condition and a great deal. Yeah, but lots of stuff from Joefest. You can see my other love. Those robots are here as well. But that's it. I think over 2024 and 2025, I think I got probably 50% of my collection from Joefest, which is a lot of suitcases full of stuff going home. But this year, not so much. The list is a little bit smaller, thankfully, because my budget is not the same this year. And Ray got his flag as well that he showed a minute ago from Kent at Joefest in 2023.
All right.
Ray, was it? You can't hear me.
Oh no. Oh dear. Cool. And Marcus, So, Joefest 2026. Is this your first Joefest? Have you been before?
No, yeah, this is definitely my first one, so super excited to be going this year. And just being able to meet a lot of people on the group that I've never met in person, and I've met Stefan before and Stephen, but it'd be great to meet all the rest of the gang and lots of people that you see on and you speak to on the groups, on the Facebook groups. So yeah, I've got a small wanted list that I've got together and some choice bits of trade bait to take out for US people that want some of the kind of rarer Action Force. Not half as big as Stefan and Stephen's offerings though, but so yeah, it should be good.
Cool. And what's your collecting focus? I think I can take a guess looking from what's behind you, but
yeah, so I've been pretty much collecting everything 82 to 94, apart from a couple of Steel Brigades variants I already completed. I've been focusing mainly on convention stuff this year, so I'm hoping to track down a couple of the rare ones like the fighter pilot from the 94 convention and the SWAT Bullhorn version 2 that was like the driver of the like the Hammer kind of clone, the RTV I think it was called. Maybe hoping to find a convention Jinx as well with the Cobra emblem on. So yeah, big ask, but fingers crossed.
oh yeah, I think when you've been collecting a little while, it's sort of your focus becomes a little bit more. The list it's less like this, and it's more sort of like super specific, which is I guess a consequence of focusing on a period of history which is more finite than just everything and anything. Let's who have we not spoken to yet? Jason, this is probably your, I don't know, nth Joefest coming up.
Well, let's see. The first Joefest would have been 2018, I think, because that was the last JoeCon, and I missed that one. That one was the small one, but I've been to all of them since then. So 2019 to current, including during COVID when it got moved to a different month. So it's a good show. It's a lot of fun, and as it's already been said, the lobby con or the bar con, that is there's none like it. So it should be a good time.
And that's the part that's completely underestimated. Because when we went over initially in 2024 for self, Steph and Chris and Simon and Mark, Ray had done the recon the year before for us, but we just thought toys. We were going for toys, and what we've come back for is toys, of course.
Yeah.
But and money as well. So that's always nice. But money to buy toys. But everything that happens around the show, like Mark talked about the guys coming out early. Like it's that tour. I'm coming out on the Wednesday, a day later. And Ray's coming out Thursday, but I said to Ray, I have to come out on the Wednesday because I want to be in that lobby with you, Jason, and greeting everybody as they come in. And the Thursday is just Thursday and the Sunday, I think, are the two best for the social side of things because you're meeting friends that you haven't seen for a year, and they're returning and seeing the same faces. And then on the Sunday, as people are part of the show, you're relaxing and everything's done and you're just unwinding completely and letting go. And you're also making the most of it because you won't see your friends in the flesh for another year. But it's just the relationships, the networking, the liquor from various countries across the world. We've been sharing an international experience the last couple of years, thanks to David E for the rum 2 years ago. That had me very drunk. I brought some whiskey over last year as well from Ireland. I think the guys brought some UK stuff as well. So it's not just toys that we share. It's a other experiences.
You know, I've spent between myself and Joel, Alexander, Stephen, you came on with Order of Battle. I've talked about it for years and years. Like the post-commerce experience of some of these shows, Joefest specifically, since that's the one we're talking about right now, that is the glue that makes everything else worth it. It makes the cross-country or, you know, cross-Atlantic trips worth it. And it is hard to properly convey, because it's easy to hear, like, we're going to be in the lobby till 2-3 in the morning every single night, Wednesday night, Thursday night, etc. But it's another thing to be standing there at 3:30 in the morning and watching people fade and fall asleep standing up because they don't want to go to bed because tomorrow is Monday and Monday is leave day. So yeah, I'll be there on Wednesday as well through Monday. Come in for 6 hours, come in for a day, come in for Wednesday through Monday. The commerce is great, but it's the post-commerce that really inspires people to put this on their yearly calendar, despite everything else going on in the world or with families, etc. It's incredible.
We forget about what's happening in the world when Joefest starts. I think I heard Ed saying that he turns off his phone and doesn't look at the news. And it was last year. It was a very big event happening in a country that's topical this year. That happened over the weekend, and nobody knew anything about it because we were just immersed in the experience of Joefest.
It's nice because within the realm of Joefest, where it's located at in Augusta, Georgia, you can walk out the back door of the event center and hit 3 restaurants. You can stay in the event center for a restaurant. So you actually never have to leave the premise. If you do leave, it's a 2-block walk and you have tons of different kinds of food. And if you're lucky, and I haven't looked it up, I never look it up, but Joefest and Pride Festival has happened on the same weekend several times. So if you're lucky, you also get to see a hell of a great parade when you walk around downtown. So it is fantastic. Other than, I guess, the heat. That is oppressive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ed, we need this in January.
You kind of forget, like when you're inside, you forget because you got all of the nice air conditioning. You kind of forget where you are and what's happening outside, and you sort of just step outside. It will just boom, good grief, just knock you backwards.
That walk from the hotel to that knuckle sandwich cafe felt like some sort of SAS selection course. You know, I don't know if you've ever gone through anything like that in my life.
And it's only 3 blocks.
Exactly. Exactly.
That was so tough. So tough. But the sandwich was worth it. It was.
If ever you wanted a microcosm of the UK and the state of the men here, just see us lot sweating, you know, profusely along the road, staggering along.
Stephen has to wear the full burqa or else he'll burn in the Augusta heat.
Lads, my sound is finally working. I can hear everybody.
Yay!
I wasn't ignoring
That's it for tonight. Good night.
All the bad things we said about Ray, we have to edit. Oh, it does live.
It's true, he is a
bollocks. That knuckle sandwich. Ray, I think you missed knuckle sandwich. I think we went on the Wednesday. I highly recommend. Augusta, as you said, Jason has. What was it? Where did we go on Wednesday? We went to just like the Order Battle podcast we did last year, going across the days. What was the pizza place we went to? I know it's slow.
Magic Pizza or something?
Mellow Mushroom.
Mellow Mushroom.
Yeah.
Mellow Mushroom is a chain in the U.S. So a lot of you, at least in the southeast, a lot of Joe people are familiar with it. But if you're not, it's a pizza place run by hippies. So it's not fast. It has very colorful, like mushrooms painted all over the place and a bunch of mushrooms getting high painted on the walls. But the pizzas are fantastic and they got plenty of good beers.
And is all that walking distance to the
yeah, sorry, Ray.
Yeah, all within 2 to 3 blocks of the center. Yeah, I think the furthest I've walked. I think the furthest I walked was with Patty, and it was like 4 blocks to get coffee.
Why you don't 4 blocks to get coffee.
I made that proverbial mistake of the British man in the States of ordering the large pizza, thinking I was going to get, the UK large pizza, and basically what arrived was the size of an Arctic lorry wheelbrace. It was just enormous, and I remember taking half of it back with me and sitting in bed the next morning eating it in bed. And I had so much crumbs and God knows what in the bed, I had to change and sleep in the other bed that was in the room because it was a complete bloody mess.
The wet bed.
That's what I call value for money.
Well, speaking of the bed,
I found when I was walking around.
I don't know. Go on. I was just going to promote the hotel. Go on, Ray. Sorry.
I found the few times I've been walking outside. I spent most of the time in the convention, but the few times I have walked around outside, there's people in cars with boots open and doing actual deals of G.I. Joe out of their boots. It's really weird, even though there's a full convention going on inside.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like black market G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
Me and Jason went to a dodgy car park last year to look at a flag and a Defiant with a Crash, was it?
Yeah. We were lucky Crash was not a murderer.
Those were some 12 hours you had, wasn't it? What happened there?
But the Marriott Hotel, as I was going to say, I think it's a fantastic hotel. And, if people are listening, they're tempted to go. You have to kind of try your best to stay in that hotel. I think in 2024, it is where the fun is. But you can still obviously go to a local hotel and stay there, and they're not kicking you out of the hotel at all. But it is, I think it's a really good hotel, especially when you have the second floor, or the first floor they call it in America, the second floor lobby area that we all hang out. I heard that the sofas have been moved out of there this year, which is a bit weird. But the wheeling a deal that goes on there on the Thursday night, and then the drinking and the merriment that we have across a few days on that floor is great, and I think it's just a great venue to hang out and eat as well. The food is fantastic. Steph, I think you loved the omelets on the Saturday morning.
Breakfast omelets are amazing, aren't they? They're so good. French toast as well. I love the French toast. It's top drawer. But no, she cooks it in front of you, doesn't she? At the I'll have that.
Omelette theatre.
Oh, it's amazing. Yeah.
We got that.
You went to that,
didn't we? When me, Mark, Chris, and Steph got in there, we was in the restaurant. She gave us a list of restaurants.
Oh yeah.
Right, and she was absolutely spot on there.
Yeah, she was. Yeah, definitely. Knuckle sandwich, wasn't it? On that was, I think, top of her list, if I remember right.
Beans on French toast. I don't know. I'm not sure if American beans are going to be up to scratch, are they?
No, not
I'm bringing Joe Baylitz over some baked beans because he's fascinated with them.
Bachelors or Heinz?
You're in the South. I mean, all the beans are going to be. All the beans here are grilled with ham hock and pork fat.
Oh no, these are.
The windows are smelling there, isn't it? Jesus.
These are tinned processed beans we put with our Irish breakfast. They're nice. But I did example on the Sunday. I had breakfast with Tommy and Tony Nichols, twins. I met Tony the year before with Mark at the breakfast with the Sarge, where we met Mark Pennington. Where I met him for the first time. I was Mark squared. But now that's turned into an annual breakfast with the guys with Mark, and Mark, Tony, and Tommy recommended local dishes. So I had grits, and they weren't great, but I believe that's just a local variance issue. But I did have biscuits and gravy, and I thought they were pretty excellent. And I'm looking forward to having that on the Sunday morning again.
Would you say the biscuit's close to the sort of texture of like a scone?
It's like a scone in its shape and texture, but it's a different taste. It's a bit more sweeter than a scone.
And did you have grits?
It's good though, Steve. Yeah.
The biscuits and gravy were great in the
Yeah.
hotel. I
Yeah.
had grits, but they weren't great. But that's the guys were saying you can get better ones, so I'll refer to their judgment and get it elsewhere.
Yeah, no. Rob Russ got the biscuits and gravy when we were assembly required last year,
Oh, cool.
and I tried a bit of his, and I really like that as well, mate. Pretty good.
Was it
Yeah.
brown
Good food.
gravy or white
Yeah.
gravy?
Grey.
Yeah, very
Grey.
grey. Yeah, very grey. You look at it and you think that's going to taste
Yeah.
pretty shit. But
So white gravy was
yeah,
something
no, it's
like
pretty
that.
good
That's good.
actually.
Yeah.
Grits like you, I had grits last year. It didn't do nothing for me. Grits really.
But one of the places we went to, just beside the hotel, because we're trying to promote this and tell people what to do, as people with different voices, obviously, for they're coming from outside the country. Now, Jason, please correct me on this if I get it right. Is it Boo Weevil?
Bow Weevils.
Bow Weevils.
Yes.
I think that was excellent. That was an excellent place. Behind
It's a
the
sandwich shop with
Yeah.
cake.
with cake. It's like the cake is the size of that, yeah. Yeah, that was excellent as well. But the hotel restaurant is fantastic. Like in 2024, from the Thursday to the Sunday on Monday morning, I exclusively ate in the hotel and didn't bother going out. And
That's why I haven't really ventured out much. So I'll be guided by you guys this year on the places to go, because we won't have a car this year. We're flying straight in. Myself and my brother James, he's coming along as well.
Yeah, you didn't normally expect like the hotel food to be a bit naff or whatever, but it's like really good, so it sort of makes it much easier to sort of stay local to the venue and not feel that you need to get out, even if you might want to. But yeah, it's really good. Steph, you also went to that other place where they're cooking in front of you. Was it?
Hibachi. Yeah, I've done that 2 years in a row now with Rust and Joe Baylitz and Drew and all that gang. So it's good, really good. Too much food though. Really, it's crazy. Like it's just stacked up on your plate, and you just come out of there like can't hardly breathe coming out of there. But no, really good experience, and you have a good laugh. Highly recommended. I don't know how many cars the American guys in that group have got this year, but I'm pretty sure that we'll be going out again somewhere. So tag along.
Speaking of, you guys in the past, you guys have flown into Charlotte and driven in from Charlotte, or I know like some of you have flown into Augusta directly. This year, a bunch of you are flying into Atlanta, so you're gonna go check out Kelly Mix's Full Circle Toys and then head over. It's only 6.5 hours for me, so I always just drive, right? Whether I drive by myself or if I'm driving with Todd. I'm frozen?
No, I can see you clearly.
No.
See you. I can't hear Jason.
Oh no.
Well, I was just kind of curious. If you can hear me, I was kind of curious, like, how are you guys divvying up the travel? Like,
I think we're going to have to become really, really good at Macathon, Jason, you and me.
Yeah. Jason was asking how we're dividing up travel. Can you hear me, Steph?
I can hear you, mate. Yeah. I'll just do this.
Okay.
I'll just do this back to Jason. Right.
Yeah.
Steph, can you hear me?
Yeah.
I figured out what was wrong with my end.
Go on.
It was an iPad issue in that I had to actually download the app itself, and I'm through the app now, not the actual website.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I ain't gonna do that, mate. I'm way too fucking lazy for that, mate. I'll just communicate with Jason through other people. I'll see him in a month, mate. I'll see him in a month. I'll give him a hug then.
These dodgy dodgy iPhone devices, Apple, yeah. But yeah, I think before Steph, myself, Simon, Chris are sort of all coming in one batch into Atlanta, and hopefully able to kind of have a bit of a road trip just ahead of everyone else coming in on the Thursday.
Yeah, I think we're going to go to is it Full Circle on the way back on the Monday?
Full Circle on the way back.
Yeah, looking forward to that. Go and check out that. It looks really good.
Looks amazing.
Yeah, looking forward to that.
Has anybody got the Top Dog comics in Augusta this year? That was a great shop.
Yeah, that was really good actually, wasn't it? Yeah, I enjoyed that. Decent store, that. Yeah.
And good guys there too as well. I was talking to them 2024, and they looked for a few things for me and got them. So yeah, it was good, and they good selection of Joe's and all our toy lines. I got a few Transformers that were exclusives and stuff that I hadn't got my hands on previously. So it's good. It's well worth anybody that has a bit of time in their hands in Augusta to pop out there.
Yeah, I got how far was that from the hotel? I can't remember. It was about 20-minute drive, wasn't it?
20 minutes, and then we hit the Walmart and Target on the way back looking for toys.
Yeah,
why not? I mean, so we were just disappointed they didn't have any cheap Ross type sales.
I done that on the beer one. On the beer run to Walmart, myself and the brother went off in the car to get beer, and we just had left the convention, Joefest, and I walked in. I knew where the beer was, and I said, right, I'll go over and check out the toys now. And I just stopped myself, going, what are you doing? Like, the world of G.I. Joe is right 2 miles away, so I didn't even go over to the toy aisle. Just
these boys are going to Full Circle on the Monday, on their way home after a whole weekend. God knows if we have any suitcase space left over, but hey, they'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
The suitcase is like Tetris anyway, isn't it? You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
So they'll have to go on hand luggage.
There's one man in this group, and he hasn't really spoken so far, and he has, and he's on our table, Steph, and he was last year. So there's 3 of us on our table. It's me, Steph. Steph is bringing the stuff over, and this guy is also bringing stuff over. But the guy for packing suitcases is Christopher Teixeira. He is genius level. The amount of stuff he packed into my cases in 2024 is legendary, and not one thing broken as well. So fair play, dude.
I mean that's why I'm coming. Really, I don't really know any of these guys on the screen. I'm coming here for my looks, I'm coming here to pack.
Chris, so what beyond helping Steph pack at the end of the con? What's your plan for the show? I mean, I guess that you're the triple team of manning the International Heroes stand, but beyond that, have you got any aims for what you're out for?
It's funny now. This is my 3rd one in a row, and the first one I had lots of aims, a long list of things to look for. Now this one, coming here to help Steph, coming here to enjoy the lobby shows, enjoy the socials, just hang out, enjoy like the behind the scenes stuff of Joefest as well. I mean, I think that's, again, like everyone's pretty much said it. Like everything about the show is fabulous. The behind the scenes aspect of it, the hotel itself, the lobby sales, the great bunch of guys and girls that come to the show that we can just hang out with until 3 o'clock in the morning. I mean, it's just an exceptional show. Like, you don't go to toy shows here in the UK that's like this. They're a bit dry and dab. There's nothing like Joefest. So I'd recommend everyone to go to it.
We get sort of giant, we get various toy shows in the UK, and I know sort of Stephen particularly, I know you guys go to some of those shows, but they, some of them are very small, very small town halls. Some of them are quite big, but it's, they're mostly, broad. So until you're there, you've no idea what's going to be, at that show. So there might be some G.I. Joe or Action Force, there might be literally none. And then, once a year, we might, with a couple of weeks' notice, find out that there's a roll call happening. And again, it's the G.I. Joe show for the UK, but it's quite modest. It's it's a sort of a town hall, so it only fits so much stuff in there. So Joefest is a whole different beast for us. There just isn't really an equivalent this side of the pond.
I mean, and it's pretty. I was just going to say it's pretty special as well. A lot of the vendors know each other. There's a big social network that goes on behind the scenes, and we're pretty lucky, all of us on this call, and Marcus this year, that we kind of got adopted into it. You know, we've been accepted with open arms. Everyone's been very hospitable to us and kind to us, and really looking forward for us to come back again. So you don't get that in many places. So Joefest overall is just spectacular.
Yeah, it's sort of the Joes that sort of bring you out for the first time, but it's like the community and the people and all the rest of it that sort of
absolutely
is the thing that makes you sort of keep on coming back. And so my point about sort of the level of sort of what we get in the UK normally versus what we're at the Joefest, like the likes of me and Simon, I know, we'll sort of see what Steph has got available on his table. And then be like, we don't see stuff as good as this in the UK, and we're looking to buy stuff off of Steph. So that's it could be quite hilarious. Let me put that back on the stage there. There we go. Did a little mini video from last time, just showing some of the stuff on that amazing International Heroes table.
I mean, what you're seeing on Steph's table now, you wouldn't see in one massive show here in the UK. Like, he's got more on this table than you would in one show in the UK. So what he brings over to Joefest is brilliant.
9 times out of 10 over here, like it rollout, it's just, you might have that amount, but most of it is broken, isn't it?
Broken and naff.
I mean, that is just the quality that Steph brings to the show is just second to none.
Yeah, and he's also, so fair on his prices as well. That
I was just about to say that. It's just a pity you can't see the prices there because, they're comparable to the common Joes that we won't go over to buy in the States. They're good prices.
I mean, he's a good guy, Steph. Like, he really undervalues the stuff to bring it over and to try and share it amongst people in the US that they don't get it there. I mean, the amount of time and effort he spends gathering this up the whole year in preparation for Joefest is immense. Like, he's not made. He's got to be making a loss on it if you had this time and he's put into it. Honestly,
yeah, imagine, like the work you got to put in to build up this kind of level of stock is something else.
And it was all gone by the end of the weekend, bar one small box. All went.
Crazy.
Yeah, we pretty much had Sunday to ourselves. The shop. Then we ran out of hours in the day, and I think we were just exhausted, Chris, weren't we?
I mean, it was so knackering. It was so knackering, but it was really fun meeting people at the table, them talking about what they've been wanting to get for ages and sharing the stories, and watching people come back around the table 2 hours later to buy a bit more as well.
There were some people coming back every 5 minutes.
I know, it was crazy. Honestly,
there was one vendor across from us, I can't remember his name. I think he ended up buying a whole board of figures on Saturday. And he had a fascination for Tiger Force Blizzard in particular. But as he was selling, I think he was coming over and buying stuff on our table.
You could see him for a whole day just eyeing the table. He's just looking. When am I going to go over there and pounce? We broke him down in the end.
But I just thought it was fantastic. You had a couple of people, you had the people that knew about Action Force, they were clued in and knew what they wanted to buy. You're talking your Ken Pose of this world. We're not to tell Ken, by the way, that there's ATCs. He wants to buy one. He doesn't want to. So, Steph, you saying earlier on you're bringing ATCs is not going to be popular. Well, I'm going to tell him after this. But
he's already tapped me up, mate.
Lovely. You can't resist. You can't.
No, he's already tapped me up.
Brilliant. But we'll get to Delta 7D and stuff because that's just a fantastic line. But we can talk about that later. But there was the second half was the people that were looking at the stuff, and you knew they didn't know anything about it. They were drawn into the loose vehicles. They're looking at your Panthers and the ATCs, the repainted Joes, and they were fascinated by the color schemes. And they were listening to me, Steph, and Chris explain as best we could the history
Listening to you and going, well, he's making noises that sound like they might be words.
I think you guys know. I think Mark and Steph are the only people now that have that problem. I think Jason, the American in the room, he'd no problem understanding my beautiful dialogue. But
it's just polite.
They were Americans are very polite. But no, they were fascinated to hear the story and the history of it as well. And hopefully they'll return to the table this year and buy some more stuff, because we did see. I don't know, Chris and Steph, you'd agree. We saw people come back in 2024 and buying more stuff,
Yeah.
and having researched a bit in the year between. So I think we'll have.
Right.
I think Steph, it's his gig. We're just the helpers.
Right.
We'll get that table sold out again this year.
Was it last year that the guy from Toy Federation paid a visit to?
2024.
Was it? Yeah, he got some Euro exclusives, didn't he?
Yeah, he bought all the Tiger Force figures off Steph, and we got it on camera, and it was on his YouTube channel, which was good. Last year he bought a Roboskull off me, so I gave him a deal on that. And someone else in his group bought a Roboskull off me as well.
It's really the only thing I got last year was the Roboskull.
But the Roboskulls were actually surprising. We thought we'd be the hit, but everything else flew out. But they weren't as quick, let's say, but they did sell.
Well, everything. The Roboskulls weren't as quick as you thought.
Yeah, we thought they'd be
Okay.
snapped up within minutes.
But didn't you sell some the year before? As in, the people that really wanted Roboskulls got them the year before from you. Was that the case?
I don't think we brought Robos. I didn't do it, exactly. Seth, did you bring a Roboskull in 2024?
Only one in 24.
Yeah.
But I mean, you got to look at it. There was 10 last year. There was another. I think our neighbours had 2 or 3. And there was another couple floating around the venue as well. I mean, 15, 16 Roboskulls at Joefest last year. It's
yeah.
The Americans must have thought they were getting invaded. You know what I mean? I think
there's probably the bit where you've got your audience for the Roboskull and sort of you're beginning to chip away at that of the people who've wanted one have kind of got them, and sort of with your prices they're a little bit more affordable, but also they're sort of the top end item, aren't they? So if you're going to spend your biggest purchase of the show, you probably want to have a bit of thought about how you're going to spend your money and how much you think you've got at the end, sort of budgeting it out a little bit, particularly if it's maybe a bit more of an impulse buy.
I think people
I think they're
a little bit scared of the fact that it's going to be $1,000 or whatever it is. They're just kind of scared to take the plunge with them because they don't know exactly how much it's going to be.
Well, to be fair to us, it is like when we look at it online, you're looking at $800-900, and you don't know if it's broken, you don't know what's missing. And then you guys come in with lower prices than that, and you're right there explaining what you can and can't remove for packing, how to make sure it's taken care of, what is missing, if anything. And it's a completely different experience when you're buying something like a Roboskull from someone who gives a shit.
Jason, when did you guys first start hearing about Roboskulls?
Well, I mean, it depends on the collector. So we've been collecting Roboskulls since, or just in general, international stuff since the 90s for some people. Now, I wasn't collecting back then. And if you look at, I think it was 1986 or 7, there was like a G.I. Joe field guide that in there was a page that said you could buy G.I. Joe from all these other countries. And that's where it mentioned India and Russia, Argentina, you guys. So depending on the collector, you've known about it for a while, but I mean, we still have collectors that don't know about it today. I personally started learning about the international stuff back in the early 2000s through Yojo, and a buddy of mine just jumped on eBay when I didn't have eBay and found 2 South American Storm Shadows, Ninjaku and Satan. I was like, I've never seen a black and a red Storm Shadow. Bought them immediately, and that kind of started my learning. But I didn't own anything European, Palatoy, whatever, probably until, I don't know, 2018, 2019. And the ATC was the first thing I had to get. I should probably upgrade mine at this point because it was played with by a very young Alex, hard played with by Alexander when he was much younger.
Hold on. I would mark on this one, Jason. What's this concept you're talking about here about playing with
it's
toys?
like when you take photos of your toys but don't take the photo.
It's when you say vroom vroom as you set it gently in its spot that it'll never move from again.
Displaying only.
Or you say pew pew as you wipe the dust off of it.
But yes, Steph, you were saying this year might be the year of the ATC. They're buggers to get hold of all in one piece, and I know that you're a bit of an expert or the man when it comes to trying to assemble, complete pieces. So are you bringing vintage completes, or is it going to be bits missing here and there? Because they are absolute devils for actually finding all in.
They're all complete minus the aerial, so everything else is there. All unbroken, all genuine, no repro. They're in good condition. Very, very nice. Like I said, these are some of the best toys that I've picked up over the years. I will take some bits that are, less collector grade as such. But a vast majority of the stuff that's coming out is really good. I'm really, proud to be taking this stuff out there this year.
Where do you stand, Steph, on repro stuff, like say a missing aerial or whatever?
I don't like it at all. I get it. I understand, that people do need to have them. I will buy it occasionally, but I would never sell it without describing what is repro in there. They're so good now. You got Matt Paul's bits that he's doing. The aerials are exactly the same. You have to look underneath to see where it connects to the vehicle. That's the only way you can tell now. Other than that, they are exactly the same. It's crazy.
I'd rather have something wildly different personally, but that's
yeah. And it's got to be repro. I was only just on Chris Dorch's website today because I'm talking about raising the flag, and I think he says that his repro and stuff, for example, his fantail at the back
has to be different.
On it. It's different, and it makes it's cool at the same time.
I think I do think though Matt Paul is what's his? I can't remember what his
Kraken Creations.
Kraken, there you go. Yeah, Kraken Creations. So when he sells these bits, he does actually describe the differences on there. And it's literally, you've got to look at it and you've got, flip it upside down and you'll see that it's not painted at the bottom, as an example.
If I can.
I mean, for anyone who's thinking of buying an ATC,
like that off of the tank, the Mobat tank thing. This is the bit that's always missing. I think this one is one of Matt's, but he quite often does it subtly different or even radically different. That it fits, but it looks very different. But I think that one is.
So I think, bro, I don't know what the other guys think, but from a personal perspective, I won't have Repro in my collection at all. I would buy it occasionally, like I said, but generally, no, and I would never pass anything on without, explaining that it was Repro ever.
Yeah, that's the key, isn't it?
When I used to collect Star Wars years ago, Repro used to be just a swear word, and it was like having the Star Wars Stasi there, inspecting everything, and it was just kind of, to me, was a bit over the top, understandable, but over the top, and I think it's like with Action Man and 12-inch Joes, there's obviously a lot of repro goes on there, but I think it's done to enhance what was there beforehand and not try to fool another collector into buying it as genuine. And I think that's a lot of the case, like you just said with Matt. I feel that is what he is trying to do is make it look good and improve on it, you know, rather than try and hoodwink someone into thinking it's legit. You know,
Yeah, you just need transparency. I mean, sometimes for some things you do need a repro because you're never going to find it. Like Marcus was showing the aerial on the ATC, like you're not going to find an original aerial for the ATC.
No.
So anyone that wants
Yeah,
to
do you
buy
wanna-
one from Steph, don't expect it. And
Hold it
look
up
how
there,
tiny
Marcus.
this thing is.
Yeah, this one's actually, I think it's one of Matt Paul's. I'll just put it so you can see. But this one's the prototype one from the box art. It was like a really thin red one.
Yeah.
It's cool to display that. At least that way, you know, you definitely know if you're reselling it, it's not going to be. It's obvious that it's a repro. Yeah, I don't think I know anyone that's got one of the original aerials that I've come across.
Yeah, I have a good bit of repro in our Palatoy collection as well. I mean, it's never going to leave this room, so I'd rather have it looking finished than. But
I think realistically, you've got to open a box, haven't you, to get it genuine.
Guess it.
You know what I mean? It's like my heavy metal that I've got with the microphone. He's still in his bag. I can't ever open him. Do you know what I mean? I'm too scared to open him.
Yeah, I couldn't bring myself to buy one that wasn't in a bag because you'd just always be worrying that it wasn't an original. And when you're looking at like the silly prices that they go for now, you're talking what, $700 or something to get him with a mic. You'd have to buy a bag.
So, question from the American experience, right? Like, we obviously, Americans, we love the Robo Skull, the Sea Lion, the ATC, the Panther. But like, from your guys' experience, what is the thing that we are sleeping on?
Triad Fighter, did you mention that?
Huh?
The Triad Fighter?
Well, the Triad Fighter, I think Americans sleep on the Triad Fighter all day long. I love the one that we have. But I think that's a great pull. It looks goofy, so people would avoid it instead of putting their hands on it and seeing how amazing it is.
Cosmic Cruiser, Cosmic Cruiser, isn't it?
That's exactly what I was going to say to you.
Yeah, Cosmic Cruiser all day long. Great toy.
Yeah.
That's a fantastic.
Another one is
although
the Sea Lion.
I love the Sea Lion. The Sea Lion's one of my favorites.
Yeah, Sea Lion's great. Cosmic Cruiser's amazing. Yeah, love that.
This one. Look at that. And I think Todd picked this up. I meant to get him one of these last year. I think A bought one, didn't he? And Todd wanted one. This is a bit filthy, but it's a gift from Mark McCanney. Well, I think that's a really cool vehicle.
I see you haven't played with your Cosmic Cruiser in a while by wiping it off.
needs to go to the bath with me, along with a Dragonfly that I bought off Steph there recently. Needs to be clean. So that's tomorrow's job. Yeah.
I've had to remove those antenna because the cats want to chew on them, but otherwise, Cosmic Cruiser.
They're common, and they're different places.
Our Cosmic Cruiser is parked with the HasLab Cantina.
Oh, cool.
I like that guy.
My Hunter is a repainted Cobra Officer. That's how
Oh, wow.
So
yeah, just curious, like the Triad Fighter's a great pull, the Cosmic Cruiser's a great pull. I just curious like what people are skipping on, because everybody's going to chase the ATC. It's, or the Robo Skull or the Sea Lion.
Yeah. The Silent Attack kayak is another one to go for with Recondo.
Okay.
Yeah,
it comes in two flavors. There's a black.
That's my favorite. It's just amazing. Absolutely love it.
What?
Don't know if you can see it very
let
well.
me
it's the Cruiser.
go and show it again.
So it's the Cosmic Cruiser. It's the
All right.
lights bouncing off the camera a bit, but it's absolutely lovely.
It's a really cool vehicle, and it's so charming. And the fact that it was used so a couple of other times as well for, I think the Shadow Track as well, wasn't it? It was used off that.
Yeah, that same shell.
Oh, that's nice, Marcus.
That's nice, Marcus. I think the aerial off that is hard to get. Obviously not as hard as the ATC.
Yeah.
Is it?
It's
That one's got lots of great bits to lose, hasn't it? Because it's got the aerial, it's got the oar, it's got removable floats, it's got a flag and a searchlight on the front. So it's got about like 6 or so bits to lose.
And the worst thing
I think, Jason.
The worst thing about this is when you put Recondo on, it always breaks his crotch.
Oof.
Oh.
Well, that's just Recondo's crotch. That's always going to break. But you guys got that in 85, and you know how we are obsessed. Like, we love version 2 Stalker's kayak in, 89? So 4 years before that, you guys already had an amazing kayak. So now
it was a
find that one.
It was a re-release of an SAS kayak. So it initially came in the black with the sort of, the SAS stickers and stuff, and it had one of those little 5 points of articulation SAS guys. And then they've
one of the worst code names ever, Beaver.
And it had a comic book story called Codename Beaver.
That's right.
I think it was on the front page. Yeah, I put that one on the top shelf.
So have you got one, Jason? Have you got the Silent Attack, mate?
I don't have the black or the orange. No.
Okay. Right. Well, come to my room one day, mate, at Joefest, and I'll sort you out, mate.
Show you his canoe.
I'll show you.
You get
Jason's broken up with me. We're sharing room, Steph, so he'd be all out with European experiences in his room.
Maybe that's why he's inviting me to the room.
You can't deny Stefan's seduction approach, can you?
He's such a charming man. Come and see my toys.
Come to my room. Come to my room.
He said that before. Steph, question from the chat. What sort of dog have you got from Wreckship?
I've got 4 different ones. This one is a Springer Spaniel. This is Lola. We've got another Springer Spaniel, Pippa. Then we've got a wire-haired sausage dog, Sadie, and a mongrel, Mabel. So Lola's the only one that comes and sits on your lap. So, yeah, great dogs.
Her name was Lola. She was a good girl. Yes, you are.
Very, very good dog. Lovely dogs.
Look, speaking of Matt Paul a few minutes ago, I got this off him on his creations. Like, you can't excuse that as a repro, and it's pretty cool.
That's
and
gorgeous.
he has it attached by magnets.
Oh,
the arms. It's really cool. I got that recently. I'd have to go on off it as well, but it's a clear, transparent one. So he does cool stuff like that all the time. And
Yeah,
you won't pass that off as a repo, but that's the kind of stuff I like to see from people creating unusual stuff. Oh,
got this one. Let's do this
one. You got
first.
the Marcus.
This is the Roma O-ring version of the Skeletron, which is
nice.
really neat. It's sort of using a bat body basically with the backpack and a Skeletron.
That was Roma's. So was that made by HypnoShield?
This was the another Matt Paul.
I don't know. I got it from their tables. I think it was Roma branded, but I don't know the creatives involved.
I like what Marcus is holding up.
That sold out really quick, didn't it? The Roma one.
Yeah, I can't remember what these is. This SKELE Skelly one or something he's called it. I'm not sure what the R2D2 clone, but it's you can see the Muton head, which is pretty neat.
Oh yes, the black and green. Cool. That's fantastic.
That's more of Matt Paul stuff as well. He's a cool dude. Does that stuff.
He should get himself.
But Jason, I think Ken said in the comments, like he's sorry, jumping in, Mark, controlling mode again. Ken's talking about the 82 vehicles, but I don't think people are sleeping on them. I think that using those molds to make the better, when you have the subgroups, the SAS stuff, Q-Force and all that, I think they're better there than the 82 originals. That's just me, personally, though.
Yeah, some of them were a little bit uninspiring, like that little mini snowmobile thing, and the mini Q-Force sort of sled thing didn't really sort of do it for me, but each your own.
I think they were the sort of vehicles that your second aunt and uncle got you for Christmas, weren't they? They didn't know what to get you, so they brought one of those small vehicles that they thought you might like as a kid when you really wanted a Robo Skull, or but that's what. Yeah, I mean,
I bought you the Action Force vehicle.
Yeah,
exactly.
About. That's what I mean. Yeah, it's like those motorized backpacks, isn't it?
It looks really good on card, though. It looks lovely on card.
Yeah, the big cards look good. Yeah, they do look good.
Right.
So question. My question for the group. Sorry, I know Jason. Sorry, I saw silence. I heard silence. Is what's on people's shopping lists this year? What are people looking to buy? I know we kind of briefly mentioned it earlier, but
if we go around the grid, Marcus, you think you might have said you've got a very specific list.
Yeah, it's convention 1994 convention fighter pilot, which is not a cheap one to get. So I've got a lead on that, so hopefully I'll be looking at that. And then there's the Bullhorn SWAT convention that was with the set that was like Shockwave and Lowlight and a couple of others. And then there's the convention Jinx. But apart from those, I'm mainly after just closing off a few accessories for some 94 figures. I don't know, because it's my first time. You guys can tell me whether it's good for picking up random accessories.
It is.
It's amazing for that.
There's quite a lot of bins about, isn't there? There's Destro's Toy Bet Den has got good sort of rummaging about bins.
I think for figure parts, I'll put you in touch with Don Johnson, and then I think behind him is usually Henry Kaufman. He's good for parts and bits and bobs. There's a few others. Destro's Toy Den is for vehicle parts in particular, and also I think Todd has a case of rare stuff. So he just don't give him a list in advance. He won't take that off you. But hit him on the Thursday when he comes in with your list, and he'll tell you if he has it or not.
Yeah.
So what's everybody else looking for?
Ray, you want to go next? You next on the grid for me.
Yeah, very little this year because the last few years I've had big lists where I was trying to maybe finish out a sub team or something, but very little this year. A buddy of mine from home, he's looking for a few Red Shadow bits. Might give you a shout, Steph. So, but the thing is, I don't have much. I'll probably be looking at more at the custom stuff this year for the likes of the classified scale. But very little. And
Did you see heavy armor? I think they're called heavy armor toys. They sort of do like the sort of the green. They're sort of like supplemental kind of green shirts and that kind of stuff. So they've done like the kind of what ketchup and mustard kind of deck crew kind of people. So like people to kit out the flag with. I saw a few of those in one bin last year. I thought
they've got some really nice sculpts.
So I'll be looking maybe at custom kits this year. I know that Mikey and John Kukovic, the couple of cooks, they have some good stuff at their stall usually. So I'll be checking what they have. I've done a custom there of, I don't know if anyone's going to recognize this. No, there we go. Nice. That's an old Action Force
dealer.
So they do those kind of things at their booth. So that they have a lot of tie-ins with the old Action Force stuff. So we're checking out.
That's cool. Yeah, there's quite a few places with like the unpainted kind of customy bits that you can pick up, and is it Level 7 Toys? I want to say they do a bit of that, and this year they're doing some of those. They're doing a special unproduced. I forget the name of it, but it was like one of the later G.I. Joe toys that never got released. It was where there were kind of like chestburster alien things coming out, so they've sort of created a custom based on that concept. But yeah, sort of cool. The idea of getting something up to paint sort of terrifies me a little bit. Although
right beside the Kukovic is also Raging Spoon, so he always has a bunch of good stuff as well.
Yeah,
that's nice.
That's this year's customs class kit, which is basically a footloose body with all that kind of stuff. You get the beret, the head, anything that's in grey and black there is basically what you get as part of the customs class. And
footloose into Falcon, basically.
Yeah, so that's one from Chris Scott and Mark Gerwig. So those guys do kits as well. So there's plenty of stuff like that around. So not much OG GI Joe stuff this year for me. Probably be looking more so at custom bits.
Yeah, last year I was on the back of going to Joefest. I bought a bunch of the Chris Scott toys at Grindhouse, right? The World War Hell stuff. I went in on the Kickstarter sort of after I saw those in person at his table last year. They were looking really good. I don't know if is he expecting to have anything in hand ready for Joefest, or is it still a little ways off?
I'm not too sure. I think you might have some samples from the factory, maybe, but I won't speak for Chris. I'm not too sure. But he always has his paint masters lined up at his booth, and they're well worth checking out. They're brilliant. He does all the hand painting himself.
I haven't seen him since March, but his March booth, he had some samples from the factory. He also had some new things that he was working on revealed in this really cool diorama one of his buddies built. And I think he's done a couple shows since then, so he might even have more. But he also had a really cool Toys R Us circular that he was handing out.
I got one off. I was in with Brian Hickey there on Saturday. I was driving past. He gave me some stuff for you, Mark, to hand you.
Cool.
At Joefest, but yeah, I got the Toys R Us circular, real old school nostalgia.
Yeah, I've got it on the other side of this display. I'd have to jump up to get it, but it's really cool. Yeah. So he did have some cool stuff to show, and I think he had a new T-shirt or two, some posters. So he had those wrestling buddies of a couple of his people, like Major Callum and things. So he may not have his figures, but he definitely has things to excite you.
Yeah.
It shines, it excites.
Just come up to his room, he'll sort you out, just like Steph.
Say this code phrase. Chris, what about you? I know you sort of said you're mostly here for the hang now, but have you got a few bits that you either going there expecting to look out for, or think that your head will be turned by?
I've got very few things on my list now. If I find them, I find them. If I don't, I don't. But I think the one thing I would be looking out for is a pair of Defiant doors, gantry doors.
Right.
Because this Muppet decided to buy one and have it shipped over from the US to the UK, and they came shattered in 100 pieces. Both doors, absolutely. They
are very breaky.
Yes, they were, and they weren't. They were packed fairly well, but I just think they were just old and not very stable. So they came in. They can't be fixed. So a pair of Defiant doors is my grail of grails. Apart from that, I'm not really looking for anything. I'm there to hang out, and if I find something I like, I'll get it.
I can't remember. Do you do 4-inch as well as O-ring or not?
No, I've never had an affinity for 4-inch. It's just been O-ring for me, and I've pretty much got most of the O-rings.
That changed your mind.
You're saying go to Stefan's room for the 4-inch?
Some people don't like it that wide.
We'll give it a go, won't we? That's what Joefest is all about, right?
When in Rome.
The Skeletron 4-inch Red Shadow figure. I'm not really a 4-inch collector myself, really either. But that Red Shadow is looking fantastic. As Stephen is getting up to go and pick his up, I'm sure, because he's not been patient enough to wait till we're at Joefest before ordering.
We've had people that are associated with Skeletron go to US shows from our. There you go. I'm not a 4-inch figure fan, okay, but I had to get this because just the accessories alone are just exceptional. I really do hope they do an O-ring version with those type of accessories. Yeah. That would be superb. Yeah, that would be fun. To go with the Yeti, which the Yeti is my figure of the year. It's just amazing, but that is just such a cool figure. You won't be disappointed, Mark, when you get that. Maybe get 2 or 3. I'd recommend to have a kind of group, but
you can't just get one of them.
No, I'm gonna. We're going to be in a minute, but I might add a couple more on them to the list.
Yeah. Speaking of being, too impatient to wait till your Joefest to get things, that I did get the. Oops.
Nope.
Order.
It's an amazing figure. It's class.
There we go. That is just fab. I love that.
Yeah.
I couldn't wait until I was at Joefest to get that.
I picked mine up off. Oh, sorry, Steph and Chris came over to see me in March. We met up with Ray and the Irish Joes, Brian and Paddy and a few others. And Brian had bags for all of us. My memory of Yeti is Steph had opened that up in the hotel lobby, playing with it. And then me, Chris, Ray, and Steph were having a couple of drinks there. And 4 really nice women walking by. Hey, come over here and chat to us and play with toys. We're playing husband, but we were not distracted. We were focused on the toys and we played. But it was just
international sales.
Oh, but open that figure though. I see Steph open it, and we open the orders as well. And they're just those Skeletron O-rings are such fun. Highly worth that Yeti figure.
Yeah. Speaking of the Red Shadow 4-incher and his amazing backpack. It's sort of all of the stuff that's in there. That was designed by Corey Cantaloupe, formerly of Hasbro, who is now part of the Boss Fight studio, along with the great Tonino and Lenny, the main Hasbro classified guy up to this point. So those 3 guys sort of representing. I guess a big part of what classified was. So that's a massive scoop for this year that they've got those guys coming along to the con, albeit that they are representing their new company rather than Hasbro. But yeah, Lenny is just going to be swamped, isn't he? He's going to be like Stan Lee walking through San Diego.
He is going to get his pain in his backside with people asking for the scoop on Hasbro and everything else.
Beard, it looks magnificent.
He's a big guy, isn't he?
Right. For me, I don't think there's masses and masses on my want list. I just quite often just look out for what seems shiny and exciting. And so a bit more sort of impulse driven. I sort of end up buying just a big assortment of random things and coming back with massive amount of stuff. And just having my eyes open and looking out, particularly sort of stuff in that comic space. Really excited that we've got Chris Mooneyham coming along this year. Let's that one. As well as Larry Harmer again, and Rod Wiggum, and Rod Wiggum, was the big G.I. Joe artist for me. Reading the strips originally in that Marvel UK reprint that we had over here in the UK, and sort of that, I think, is that just definitive clean style. Just love his work. So sort of really looking forward to seeing a lot of the creatives coming over and getting something in my sketchbook, and then beyond that, sort of representing sort of Talking Joe. So recording panels, trying to get some interviews. This year we're sort of leveling up our sort of table game. So I've sort of invested in a table, a branded tablecloth, and all sorts of merch, and we're giving away. Where have I put it? I've got a load of comics, mostly like 100 Skybound comics, bunch of Marvel comics, also Devil's Due IDW. I'm going to be making up these blind bags. So a bag, and inside the bag there will be a comic, and then also some various bits of merch, like our new flyer, trading card, and stickers and things like that. So we'll be giving those away sort of at different places, different points throughout the con. So yeah, that would be a lot of fun. I saw that there'd been one sale of that particular T-shirt. I wondered who it was. So yeah, head on over to talkingjoe.co.uk. There's towards the bottom of the page there is a link to our T Republic store, and I believe there's a sale on at the moment that gives you about a third off. So yeah, if you want to be one of the cool kids like Simon and have a Talking Joe branded T-shirt, then you can do. So yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to at Joefest. Stephen, you'll go.
Okay, you seeked in nicely the t-shirts, so I'm looking forward to getting Rob Rust's custom t-shirt this year. He's doing one for me, and he's got some surprises, but I'm looking forward to seeing what he's bringing this year. I've got a Storm Shadow t-shirt from 2024 and a Snake Eyes one from last year that I wear out at this stage. So I'm just, like the rest of you guys, I kind of, the last couple of Joe Fests, I've got a lot off my list, so I've got some bits and bobs, figures, accessories. I've going to toy department to get 3 straight arm figures that I need to complete them. Mini vehicles, micro figures. I need to finish off those as well. But I'm gonna go look at 2D heroes to see what fridge magnets they have, because they are so popular. People love them. Great to give out as gifts to people, and they're really cool. I just wish me and Steph were looking at the big, and Chris were looking at the big plastic figures they had, but they just won't bend into the suitcase, so we got small ones. And then there's Delta 17. They're going to have exclusives again. I saw a sneak preview of one of them, and looks cool. And then Super 7. Although I'm slowly getting into Super 7's O-ring figures. Not the biggest fan of them, but there's a couple of good ones there. I'm looking to see what their 3-pack is going to be this year. I believe there's a rumor of that.
There's people keep talking about this 3-pack. I don't know where that rumor stemmed from, but yeah, they said they're
2-pack.
They're going to be. They definitely said they'll be exclusive of some description. Maybe it'll be this this Ninja Commandos, Snake Eyes and Cobra Commander, but who knows?
I might pick a few figures of Super 7 if you have stock this year. Unfortunately, they got messed around last year.
Because the first year they were selling stuff, and then it was the reveal of the Reaction Plus first year. That's first year for us, 2024.
I get you.
And 2025, I think they like you said, they had a snafu with their logistics, so they didn't get any stock there to the venue to be able to sell it. So there was a bit more of sort of just standing around and talking. But this year I think they're going to be having more stuff to sell, including some exclusives. So that would be super cool.
I'm looking forward to seeing what Rob Skipper has for his parts. I'm looking at a list here because I was looking at Joefest videos today and seeing what did I pick up last year. Rob Skipper has some great stands for planes and stuff. So looking to see if he's what new stuff he has. And then pretty much I'm looking at kind of merchandise stuff. I picked up some G.I. Joe walkie-talkie sets the kids love and things like that. Just cool bits that catch the eye. But other than that, I don't have a big budget this year, as I said, so it'll be just what I see and can afford.
Who's next? Ray, you've gone already, haven't you?
I've gone,
Jason, what? Go on.
No, I was buying loads of artwork as well for some reason. But you can see the walls behind me; they're all angled. I've no walls to hang artwork on, but I still buy it. No idea why.
Hook it at the bottom and the top, you'll be fine.
He said you're not allowed to buy artwork this year, and I'm going to make sure you don't.
It's up to you to stop me.
We will all police that now. Ray, get that out of your hand.
Intervention.
You need to move that mirror off your ceiling, Ray.
What?
Your mirror off your ceiling.
There must be an engineering solution to hang in some artwork there. I think it's doable. I think it must be achievable.
Absolutely.
Get there.
Jason, what about you?
So I know Alexander and I both have talked about Delta 17 exclusives. Also, Hypno Shield did the Yeti see-through blue Skeletron head. So a couple of those would be lovely. I'm sure I'll find something at the International Hero booth. We've already talked about that a little bit. The things I'm really looking for the international thing are always like the really hard stuff, like the blue parachutes or, like an Action Force Steel Brigade paperwork. I don't expect to see that, but I'm sure there's plenty of Palatoy that I can pick up at some point. But otherwise, we're just kind of coming in raw and seeing what happens, seeing what inspires. And, if we pick up a little bit of Super 7 or if we pick up somebody's custom 6-inch or That'll be great. But I don't have a running list outside of maybe Kaufman's head and anything Delta 17's dropping.
And are you helping out at Destro's Toy Den this year?
I would assume so. If I'm not there and I'm not sitting behind the International Hero booth, then I'm going to be doing my normal running everywhere.
We'll have you at the table. Don't worry. But
I mean, I've already been invited to the room, so
you're sharing a room, so you're not just invited. Delta 17, though, I mean, I just love them. I think we all do. Just the love they've brought back for O-rings, with all the other O-rings that are coming out, just those figures are just amazing.
They're the figures I wanted back in the 80s.
Yeah. With the artists that you mentioned, Mark, and since Ray's not allowed to buy artwork this time, I should also bring my sketchbook and see if they'll do an A4 page or two.
Yeah, because there's beyond Rod Wiggum and Chris Mooneyham, which are kind of the main draws for me. There's also Brian Shearer is back. Larry Houston, the director, animation director, who oversaw our favorite piece of G.I. Joe animation, which was the introductory sequence for G.I. Joe the movie. He storyboarded that and directed that. There's Robert Atkins is back, so one of the best modern G.I. Joe artists in that very Rod Wiggum kind of clean adventure art style. George Vega's there, and the guy who Harmer is working with on that Mounties versus Werewolves project. It was a Kickstarter.
Yeah, I just don't remember who he's working with.
My mind is going blank on the name of the artist, but yeah, another comics creator who's the artist on that particular project. He'll be there. So yeah, a lot of cool artists and those and I guess more besides as well.
Quick question. Going back to more of the O-ring stuff, the art. Brian Sure, I got some bit art up. He's fantastic. Did Lady J Toys sell their figures? I know about the 3-pack off Todd, Medic Todd, isn't it? On that area. Will they be selling their figures from their line? Because I wouldn't mind picking up some more of them. They're really starting to produce some really good, cool variants and retros, let's say.
So last year there was a table that was sort of selling the Lady J kind of variants of all of those sort of Jinx ones, which were like a convention set. I don't know what name they were tabling under, so I'm not sure. I'm not sure if they're back this year.
I mean, Brian Cawson was doing Black Major and Red Laser for a very long time. I don't know if he's picked up Lady J or somebody else is doing it, but you could always check in with Cawson when you see him. He's always there.
Will do. Thank you.
Marcus mentioned Legends of the Hidden Force. So that's another third party, and I think they've been previewing the last couple of years. Well, yeah, probably even more, longer than that. Sort of some of their plans, sort of like spiritual successor to some of the Ninja Commandos that weren't revealed, weren't produced by Hasbro, and yeah, looking very much in that original O-ring aesthetic, and I think.
So they also have a couple different toy lines that are coming out after Hidden Force ships. I don't remember. There's one that's about villains. They also have one called Impact. They haven't launched those yet, but they've shown some of the artwork. They've shown some of the figures, both at Joefest last year and on their Instagram. So once we start getting the ninjas in hand, we should start seeing their next projects as well.
Yeah, they had on their socials and their Kickstarter update, they were showing photos of the boxes arriving on shore in the States. So I imagine they will have product in hand for the Legends of the Hidden Force this year. So that would be quite a cool one of a new sort of third party O-ring to kind of add to this sort of growing list of all of these different people making these sort of spiritual successors to our our retro O-ring.
Yeah, and the brothers are in Eastern Tennessee, so that's always good for them being able to bring stuff down.
Cool. Simon,
Hello.
what's your priorities for the show?
Well, I mean, this is my third year, like the rest of us. I think I'm hoping to have a better show this year because last year was a bit of a downer for me from a personal point of view. One, I was being made redundant, and two, my other half, her mum passed away, and while I was at Joefest, it was the funeral, so it was a really sort of a downer for me. But I'm really looking forward to this year because I didn't contemplate coming this year, but I think last year, how good it is, just makes you think I've got to come next year. I have to do it again, and I expect the same will happen for next year. But I'm looking for filling a few gaps in my figures. Problem to me, I've got stupid expensive taste, so I keep looking for high-end stuff. I'm like, oh, gotta stop it, man. But I'd like to get just a few bits and pieces, some con exclusive. I do want to get the silver ace. I know that's about $150 roughly around there, so I'd like to get that. But the thing I want is everything. I want to get some stuff signed by Chris Mooneyham. I want to bring those Harmer files with his covers on there to get them signed by him and Larry, and see if I can get something off of Rod. I'd love to get an F-14 sketch off of him if he would do that. Like that one with the Rattler when they're going past each other. If Chris Mooneyham's doing sketches, and that's a no-brainer for me. But I'm looking forward to seeing all that. I do love all the other action figure companies that are there. The Beasts of the Mosaic, I really like all the dinosaur figures they do. They are cracking, they are. I like Mythic Legions. They've always got a good presence there. There's the other one, I forget what they're called now, but they got a similar kind of line. I'll remember it later. But there's some
Savage Crucible.
That's the ones. And they got a new sort of, they've moved away from the lizards and they've gone into more sort of different sort of fantasy stuff. They're great, they are. And the one thing I do love is that Marauder line, especially those Vietnam US soldiers. I really want to get some of them this year. They look fantastic. I really do like the look of them. But it's, I'm one of these people who will oh, for fuck's sakes. I'm one of these people, if I see something I like, I'll get it. It's always something that's a bit, out of the way, and I think, oh, I really like that. And I'm glad. I mean, remember last year, you put me in touch for that Hasbro catalogue. The toy catalog, that was fantastic. I absolutely love that.
Yeah, Toy Fair catalog, wasn't it?
Yeah, there's something I wouldn't gonna get, and then it sort of appears. You think I have to get that. That's something I really want, and I'm looking to sort of have a better time than I did last year, really, because I hid out the way a lot of the time because it was I just didn't want to be around people, unfortunately. So hopefully this year will be better. So.
Yeah.
I can't wait. I'm really looking forward to it now. It's getting that sort of exciting countdown part of it, isn't it?
Yeah,
and I get to see Jason's manly figure as well.
Let's just leave a pregnant pause there.
So many people love that comment. quick, you're talking about Marauders, Simon. Have you met Chris Desira and Stephen Kelly's love child?
Yeah, let's do that.
Chris is clutch. That's what he is, isn't it? Chris is clutch.
It's Chris's body, Chris's skin tone, and my beard and my hair. Well, when I have a beard, we created that together from the Build-A-Figure from Marauders in 2024. There's another bag of accessories that came with it on top of all these. Just pretty cool stuff. That Marauders make a figure is really cool.
When am I going to have my weekend with my child? I've had all of this time now.
You need to pay the alimony.
No.
Child made the maintenance.
Now you need to have either Kaufman or Poole make you a see-through body, and you can do your hair and his skin tone. It's all see-through.
Yeah, exactly. Your body, Stephen. My head next time, yeah?
We don't have enough plastic to make my body. And we definitely need a lot of translucent plastic for my legs and arms.
The other thing I'm looking forward to is the mandatory walking past the Sarge and having to spend $50 just to share the same airspace. Sergeant Slaughter, as he's commonly known, Robin Bastard.
You might have heard. You might have heard the U.S. has had some inflation issues. It's now $78.
Great. I'll bring the credit card.
That's a great picture, Mark.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't give away for free, but he's a good sport. So.
The one thing I do love about Joefest is these moments you have there, because I always remember I went down for dinner with Mark one evening, and perchance Mark Pennington and his friend Tony were there, and we all sort of sat together and ate, and it was the most amazing conversation I've ever had with someone, a creative type. Then I forget his name now. This is an age thing now. My mind is absolutely terrible. Somebody else
thinking of Doug Hart.
Doug Hart.
Were you there when we were talking to him?
Yeah. So Doug come in, and then I think Jason turned up, and the recording equipment come out, and it was just an absolute, it was an incredible, and you don't get that anywhere else. You really don't get that anywhere else, and it's just an incredible time that was.
Steph, I think you're last to go. What are you looking out for this year?
I've got everything I want pretty much. I think I need to make sure that I grab hold of the Baroness that's doing the rounds before Stephen and Ray this time. I think I had sort of mucky thirds, I think, on that one with the photo and the cuddle. So yeah, I'm going to make sure. I get first dibs on the Baroness.
You had Cover Girl 2 years ago.
I had Cover Girl. Baroness was good though, so I'll be hunting her down quick this year.
Well, make sure that she's okay if you ask her to come to your room and get sorted out. We're gonna consent.
I was getting a picture with her, and Steph just pushed me out of the way. So.
Yeah, I'll make sure I have a shave before Joefest. No, other than that, I mean, it's literally just hooking up with, all you guys and many other friends that we've made over these last sort of couple of years, and then the years before that collecting. Just literally can't wait. I'm so excited. And I don't get excited about a lot, do I, Steve?
I have never seen you as more excited as you are now, smiling.
Yeah. If I'm smiling, wow.
You're the cool man in the back that just, just lets me run around and like this chicken. But no, you are the heart. You're one of the hearts and soul this thing for me. It's like, you remember when I went over to your house. I think it was 2023. I wasn't sure. Long after Ray went to Joefest and shared pictures, and we were planning our very first trip. And two of us, I think it was in a van going to a show or something or whatever, and we're like, we're going to do it. We're going to do it. And there was no changing our minds. And just to do that journey with you, one of my best buddies, was exceptional. And then to make so many of this group as friends, and adding to it, as you said, meeting our buddies that were in the States, and even me, I've made friends now in Canada, in Australia, our guy from Finland last year, Rowley, and and just I know it sounds corny, but we are international heroes. It's an exception. It's been exceptional. To see you get excited is just an amazing thing as well. Look how excited you look there.
that excited.
Well, I can't remember. Can you remember, Steph, seeing Chris at the first year going onto that floor, and I couldn't believe that he. See you, A. Bye, A.
He's
Chris.
He's heading out the door.
He's going off the cooler things.
That's
but
right.
Chris so laid back and cool and relaxed, and to see him lose his shit on that floor, get so excited, and to see you as well. That just goes to show you how good Joefest is. That get you guys bouncing out your skins. I do that normally.
Well, that's it. I thought I was holding my cool, but I got more excited than you, and that's like, I don't think anyone could do that, really.
You were back and forth to the table. You were back and forth to the table every 2 minutes. I found this.
I find it interesting that people make fun of my level of energy when I'm in a crowd, and it's the 1 a.m. and I'm jumping from group to group, upstairs, downstairs, running around, and people are like, you need to calm down. No one is this energetic. And then we see Steven who wakes up this energetic. Like I have to get energized by a crowd. And Steven is just like, right out of bed.
But that's a Joefest. But normally, and Stefan will attest to this, me and him are both two peas in a pod. We crash hard. Like energy levels we just literally be standing them, boom. That's it. So Joefest, I think, is just an adrenaline rush. We're going all the way across the Atlantic. Have to make the most of it. We do it once a year. It's like my feeling is when I start getting tired is you can't be tired now. You could miss out on something. And B, you've paid this money. You're coming over here. Make the most of it. Rest when you get home. But I think I found a bit more balance last year, though. I think we had a fair few more naps. We went for a longer period.
We have some photos that say we did not find a balance last year.
Yeah. Well, don't forget, Jason. Like, if you're sharing the room with me, and I'll be up at 5 o'clock calling home. You probably won't be even in bed. But the first year I went over, I was on a bit of a fitness buzz, so I was down the gym most days, and didn't quite do it last year. I don't think I'll be doing it this year either. But it is a good gym in the hotel. But
there's a gym in the hotel.
There's a gym in the hotel. Yes.
And they've got an indoor swimming pool as well, if you can find it. But then you've got to find your way out again as well, because that place can be a bit of a maze.
The gym at the hotel, Ray, are the 2-story stairway from the lobby to the second lobby.
That's such a complicated route to get back from the convention floor to the main lobby. Last year I just walked outside in the end.
Oh, you'll get those steps. Yeah.
I think the gym is the walk to the magic mushroom, isn't it?
That's the sauna.
Sandwich.
Knuckle sandwich. That's the gym.
Ray will tell you about the outdoor pool.
Oh yeah, we've Club Tarkin. Isn't that is it Club Tarkin Mark III this year? For the lads.
That's all your YouTubers, isn't it?
There's a bit of a party out at the pool.
Okay.
Nighttime party, yeah. Came in at one stage to the bar to me asking had I brought swimming trunks with me. No.
But that's interesting because there's a whole segment of people, that are not vendors. They're the YouTubers, and but also they are 6-inchers as well. They really don't have much interest. I know. There's so many times I've resisted saying things tonight.
It's Tony Romo and Ballylocks and all them guys, yeah. And,
Punk and the lights, and they're really cool dudes, but they're just. I find it fascinating that they live in a kind of classified world, and they come in with a completely different wants and desires that we all want. I think we all buy classified figures. I think there's only a couple here that don't. But the buzz is about the vintage, in my opinion. But I just find it interesting that they have their own little niche, and that they're more modern than everybody else as well. And there's something for everybody at the show.
Yeah, there was a guy on our first year, 2024, who had his USS flag in the pool. So that was Pretty epic. I think Scuba Pete, I want to say.
I think he did a video as well in his pool at home as well of it.
Yeah.
That's those flash Americans with their 20 flags and their, their basements and their big houses
and their swimming pool.
They don't know what to do with those flags. Where to us, it's just like it's a holy grail. To them, it's just another Tuesday.
Cool. It feels like we're lagging a bit. We're almost 2 hours in. So are we moving to wrap up stage?
Stephen's not.
I'm actually stopping myself from
talking here. I've been talking for 2 hours.
He'll stay on his own for another 3 hours.
I just want to note that he did say that he's normally not energetic. That I was wrong and that he's calm.
Second wind. I had a 2 hour nap at 4 o'clock today. It's quite hot here as well. I just saw a record. It's the highest temperature recorded in May in Ireland.
What's the temperature?
So, I think it was 28.5 degrees Celsius. And let's not go into the whole America's hotter kind of thing. We are not built in the UK and Ireland for heat. Our homes are built to keep heat in, and so we get hot here. And for the 2 days we get a year where there's sun. We'll cope with the air conditioning in Augusta. Well, yeah, I could talk for further 2 hours, but it's Mark's gig, so let him close it down.
It's all right. I'm not trying to usher people away. I'm just if people are flagging and you're feeling like we're sort of running out of steam, then we could do that. But
I think Ed needs to give us a bit of commission because
you're salesmen for the show. That's it.
Looking forward to seeing Ed now as well. Actually, that's another thing. I have a lot of time for him. We actually got to see his house last year, and it's a lovely part of the world, and it's great to see real America. And I'm going to bring him over a football jersey from Ireland this year as well. That was his request. So say nothing. Shh, surprise.
Who does he support, Steve? Is it Man U, isn't it?
I think it's Man U. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, what a nice family they are. And there are many more nice families as well out there, isn't it? It's just great show, great people, man.
He's really enthusiastic about you guys as well. It's like, when he talks about his highlights of the show, he normally talks about sort of international heroes that kind of the top of that list almost. I think sort of the energy and the sort of the diversity that's been brought in by sort of mixing things up in terms of what is available at the show. Sort of it really brings a lot to the show, having a presence like all of those international Palatoy and beyond figures. And there's, I think one of the things this year is they're sort of opening it up a little bit more to some of the Southern America kind of contingent. That there's sort of going to be a few places representing more of that side of the kind of the G.I. Joe international market. So that will be interesting to see what some of those guys bring.
The first year I was there, they were surprised that someone from Ireland actually came to Joefest. It was gas. Like, they just couldn't believe, like, you came all the way from Ireland just to come here for Joefest.
So basically, Ray, they met you, and that was their first idea of an Irishman. Yeah. And then along comes Steve.
Now.
This guy,
blew everything out of the equation.
There was a mix up then. Everyone thought that the guy from Ireland then was naturally Stephen. Forgot about me then. It was all Stephen.
You were not talking about that. That's scandalous. You are the customizer.
The fucking Tasmanian devil.
Definitely. I think a Tasmanian whirlwind. I think is the
Listen, you all pull up with me. You come back for more. So you may like me just a little bit. I look at Chris there and there. What is he, Chris?
Just putting a bit of visual flair up on the screen to sort of give an idea of the scale of that. Doesn't really help. The scale of the show. It's sort of like It's massive. That sort of that. Hey, look at that! It is Ray. That's the sort of the lobby,
more
reception,
artwork.
vestibule.
I was carrying more feckin' artwork under my arm there. Jesus.
How would you say it compares to like the NEC size wise?
It's bigger.
Is it?
Yeah.
100 times better.
Yeah. Bigger. And
What,
you know,
Joefest is bigger
notwithstanding
than NEC's
it's
size?
it's definitely bigger than the
Footprint.
NEC size. Yeah,
Okay.
you got the 2 floors, haven't you now? You got this little outdoor bit as well.
Yeah.
And
The vestibule. It's where all the cool
Yeah.
kids are.
There's
Yeah.
actually some cool stuff out there. That's where we went to 2D Joe's or 2D Heroes. This stuff is really cool. I wonder if it's flat packed because some of the bases are cool. And then the first year we were there, Pixel Dan and what's the other guy?
Dan Larson.
Dan Larson, yes. Yeah, jeez, the 2 Dans were outside there as well, and I bought a couple bits off them. But there's some really cool stuff outside. And we need to remember this year to get the T-shirts on the Friday because that's where they sell them for the Joefest
All right.
T-shirts, and they sell out very quickly. This guy is brilliant.
The fridge magnets
those
are brilliant.
Scott
Oh,
Baker.
they're great.
love it.
Yeah, my kids
So
love
cool.
the fridge magnets. They're so cool.
Yeah, it's really, you know, it's massive. There's so much there, and you find yourself walking around, but you linger at basically any one of these tables, and you're sort of bound to hit some sort of gold of going, look at that thing. And yeah, I find myself sort of, you know, doing the lap and just finding some vendor that I'd completely missed, like on the previous lap. It's like, where do you come from? Well, look at this cool stuff. Why did I not spot that before?
It's
I've
not
had
even
that
on your
too.
laps. Yeah, the Gray, you said to me, like we've watched videos. And
Yeah, I
like,
watched
where are those
videos.
guys?
I've wandered the
Where are
place for 4 days, and I see booths on YouTube videos that I don't think I actually seen that, and I would have bought that. So
Very true.
I think that's why we've got like the utmost respect for Ed and his team. Like, not just because they adopted us into the show, but to like organise something of this scale year on year, and each year it gets bigger and better. Like, it's a massive effort. It's a massive effort.
It's a huge effort to do
Yeah.
this. It's unbelievable, and
I owed the Sarge $700 because Alexander was there helping. Next door.
I just found $20 disappear.
Yeah,
on my bank
they
account.
ran
Is it appeared on
down.
the screen?
You saw that there was a little cut in the video there. It was because they ran down and sort of put me in a headlock until I paid the fee for capturing the Sarge on video there.
That's right.
Toy Federation. There's Ryan. Ryan is.
Yeah,
I have a lot of time for Ryan. He's such a soft-spoken, cool guy. And there's some cool stuff.
yeah, I'm going to pick up a lot more 6-inch stuff from them this year again.
And there's Ben. I need
It's
to
hard
get
to
the
walk
Bob
away from stuff.
Weekend. Yeah, it is. They're making some cool stuff, aren't they?
Brilliant.
But I was only looking at the videos today, and again looking at this it's called Joefest, and we are really obviously heavily focused on the Joes, but there's a savage amount of non-Joe toys. It's a proper toy show.
Yeah.
And it, to me personally, it sells the stuff that I want. Whereas if you go to a show in the UK, to the likes of the NEC, there's some good sellers. But
There's Matt LaCroix.
hey, but the sellers in the UK, a lot of them, like they sell broken things. They sell, incomplete, and it's great to have rubbish. Don't get me wrong, but the quality of the vendors, the presentation, and the products they put out, I think is just far better in the US.
There's Anthony. We had great crack with him on the Thursday night
Yeah,
last
we
year.
did, yeah. The swimming pool guy.
Yeah. He's a good dude, Anthony.
Actually, one thing we haven't talked about.
Did you see the
Sorry,
LaCroix toy
Yeah.
exclusive? They're doing a Seth Green figure this year.
Oh, cool. But there's one thing we haven't talked about, and Viper 6, that life-size bat just reminded me of the hotel rooms and the lobby swap. The reason the Viper 6 reminded me was we were walking around on Thursday night last year, and we just walked around the corner. We saw a random room opened and walked to the door. And we saw the Zartan and the Viper 6 bat in there. And going around the hotel rooms, especially the Thursday, Friday, you get such great stuff. I got the full set of the coin of the rings from I think 1990 in a display case, and I picked that up, and a few people looked at it. They were kind of jealous that I managed to find it. It was some guy in a room selling some good stuff, and then you had Joe Bailiff's. Oh, look at that headquarters! That's awesome.
Do you ever have that situation where you step onto the lift when it eventually comes, and you're standing there with a couple of strangers, but they have an armful of G.I. Joe, and you're not really saying anything, but you're just staring at what they have?
The first year when I was walking down, I think I've shared this a few times, that I literally was out. I sold a couple of Panthers in the 4 floors, going from the 8th floor to the 4th floor, because people just heard the accent and, oh, you're the guys. Yeah, Panthers, yeah. It come down $55, whatever it was at the time. I think it was Wilhelm. I think he's well known across the groups. But there's Destro's toy den. Look at that.
He closed a sale in the lift. That is incredible.
Oh, man, I just want to buy it all.
Yeah, there's the Super 7 booth. Great branding. They got... We had some massive posters, but nothing for sale last year, unfortunately. Yeah, he was great.
That Royal Guard in particular would have flown out.
Got some good T-shirts out there the year before. Don't think they were selling them last year, were they?
No, they had nothing last year.
No,
I remember
Ryan was right across from us last year, and he and I chatted a bit, and he was talking about how they were already supposed to be there, but then they had that big layoff, and he thought it would be really irresponsible or sort of shitty as a person to, fly out thousands of dollars of merchandise and shipping and all this other stuff right after having to go through a layoff of people he's known for a very long time. So he just showed up to be there. Yeah, Hood of Cobra Commander 8788.
Yeah, I remember Simon buying a one of the Cobra logo jumpers from Super 7 in 2024, and not necessarily because he really super wanted the merch, but because it was so cold. The aircon was pumped to the max in the big hall.
That's Hable there. Look, that's the kind of stuff I wanted to buy this year. The medical kit and stuff like that. That was really cool. Hable there. I think Joe Bailiff bought the G.I. Joe helmet and was wearing it around.
Right, yeah.
He was on it last year. He was, absolutely buzzing around the floor.
Yeah, it's like sort of as you're walking around and just seeing things that you never knew existed before, and things like sort of just the random merch and stuff.
That's Cody Ball there from the International Heroes group. He buys a lot of Palatoy. He bought a few bits off us.
Yeah, nice lad, isn't he?
Yeah. And James Hitchcock was beside him.
Hitchcock.
There. He's crazy but good. Good dude. Good dude. And this is Joe Melissa's table here.
Yeah, Stephen, I was calling Joe Sean all of last year. I ain't got a clue, mate. I don't know. I thought his name was Sean. You know what? The weird thing is, he didn't correct me once. Bless him. So I was like, Sean. Like, he must have think my name's Joe, man.
Speaking of which, see that guy there, the red t-shirt, the black and the toy department? That's Matt, and I kept calling him Chris for 2 years running. And he did correct me. I said one too many times. So there's toy department. So Marcus, you're new to Joefest. That opens up at the time of the preview, and they don't open up. They do not open up for anybody beforehand. I think Ed always says that you can feel a hole or the weight of the building go down to the left because everybody goes down there at 6 o'clock.
There's a scramble.
Everybody, yeah.
I told you before.
Seth Green.
Seth Green. That's his manager, by the way. I thought that was his missus.
Last year, I was the guy that was running for all the Battle Force 2000 stuff. And nobody
that's one of the nicest guys I've ever met, Brian Sauer. Lovely fella.
And he really has an incredible show.
Yeah, lovely bloke. Met him at Assembly Required in November.
really nice guy, man. Yeah, top guy.
And you, I mean,
got
would you
me
go
by,
back to? Would you go back to AR, Steph?
100%, mate. I mean, I'd really like to be going out with, like, you know, Stephen, Chris, the guys. Yeah, but I'll go again this year. I think for sure.
It's
I'm
November,
already
Steph.
talking stuff about double dipping this year now, but we'll see how.
You are one brave man, mate. You're a brave man. You got some testicles on you, bud.
Well, I've been out of work. I've been out of work all year, so hopefully I'll get fucked off, go to Joefest, and then I'll have plenty of holidays fit to go on. So, hey, and we've already had a family holiday, so why not?
If I don't get there this year, I'll definitely try and go next year.
Yeah,
And
no,
this is
really,
the,
highly recommend it. Yeah.
That was on the screen. That was the Hidden Forces stuff there, Marcus.
I missed all this.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and there's right beside it's the Impact stuff I was mentioning earlier.
I don't think it's.
That's going to be one of their
really
future
cool,
lines. Yeah.
What's the Impact stuff? Is that the base kind of stuff there?
It's going to be, it's a different line from the same group. So they've got a couple different lines that they want to come out with, and Hidden Force is their first line, which is all the ninjas. Impact is going to be a bit more urban warfare, I guess.
Isn't it those guys that are doing some kind of post-apocalyptic figures?
Are you thinking about World War Hell? That would be Chris, and those are the...
Are those 6-inch ones, though?
Oh, or are you talking about the one that's the post-apocalyptic guys that are a bit like Neon?
That's the one. Yeah, they're like a bit like Toxic kind of.
Yes, those were out in the vestibule, weren't they? Last year, or maybe that was at one of the Atlanta shows that I went to that I talked to them about that.
Okay.
But that stuff looks really cool as well.
So that's the coolest table in all of Joefest. That's the hangout zone. not our table, the Rob Russ table. It's just he just wants to have people just chill out in a place for people to come and have chats and sit and rest. And it's just an oasis in it. It's excellent. Here's handsome Chris again.
Who's the real handsome looking fella there?
I think that was Chris. Yeah.
Rob Rust is like the godfather of Joefest, isn't he? He's just like he sits there in his chair, just like
So
the
cool.
Don. He is the Don.
but so welcoming, like
Yeah.
There's our neighbours from last year. That's the dude there I was talking about earlier on.
Yeah, that's the bloke.
All the blizzards. He kept coming over every 10 minutes. So
Right.
sound.
Just with a line of sight over to your booth and like, just stewing on what's there that just he can just see, and there's like,
I think it was a course on a blessing to him. This corner one was really good for stuff. Actually, that one was there in the second go.
Heritage are coming back this year. They've got Daryl DePriest as their special guest, the former kind of brand manager for Hasbro, and he's selling off a lot of his collection via Heritage, including is it the Paintmaster for 2-Up for Firefly.
Oh wow!
Oh,
that's a bit of.
So Daryl does.
So they probably have that on display.
Yeah, Daryl does a small booth at Joe Lanta, Toy Lanta, and the 2 Kentucky Annas every year. I think he might also do something at DFW. Daryl is fantastic to converse with, especially if you like Star Wars figures as well, because he was the brand manager, not just of G.I. Joe, but of Star Wars during the prequel times. So a lot of the really cool engineering of some of the vehicles was from him and his team.
This guy is really good if you're a classified fan. A buddy of Ray and ours, John, I bought about $200 worth of guns for him in the first year.
Top Gun, yeah.
Top Gun, yeah. Top Fun, sorry, yeah.
Top Fun, yeah. Great.
Really good stuff.
That looks amazing.
Weapons.
And a good quality as well. Yeah.
We got Rex Ship in the chat has said the Neon post-apocalyptic line is called Nukes, Nukes.
Oh, cool.
It looks really cool.
Hey, Simon.
It's my belly, I know that.
It's an amazing. Again, I'm looking at these videos here now and seeing so much stuff I like. I think it's overloaded in so many ways as well, and you have capacity for bringing home, and obviously budget. But
it can be overwhelming at times. I find.
Yeah.
It's also
because there's so much there, and also like you're looking at something and it'd be like, okay, how long can I look at this thing? Because there's probably something even cooler on the next table, and
Yeah.
What's amazing is that we were all there and we're still watching the video.
Yeah, there you are, Jason, in the corner. I know.
See what we can see next.
Problem is, it gets to a point. It gets to a point in the day where you're staggering up and down these aisles like Willem Dafoe at the end of Platoon, aren't you? Because you're so absolutely exhausted.
I had someone put in the comments of this video when I posted it. They said you did it too quick. You weren't lingering on enough of the details to see all of the individual prices and things. I was like, good grief! Do you not know how long this video is? Just of me sort of doing a speed run. It's already that. It's already that long. Adam Rich is there.
Yes,
I'm not.
He is, yeah.
What was that? Sorry.
He is. Yeah.
He's back again, is he? Adam Rich is.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
That's excellent. Yeah,
Let
he
me
was
just
sitting
confirm that. I said that very confidently, didn't I? And now I have doubt.
I didn't see his name in like any announcements or anything, so I wasn't sure.
I don't think he is.
You ruined Joefest, Steve. Fuck's sake.
Sorry.
We're all canceling now.
Okay, sorry guys. Sorry.
I love those cork boards as well. All of the figures that get stuck up in there. It's such a cool way of displaying.
I thought that flag was great. The custom one.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Guillermo's flag.
Yeah.
There's Henry.
Good old Henry. Does he have his magnifying glass? We're checking the toys.
Is that your third drum there, Steve?
No, that's G.I. Jason, I think.
Yeah, Jason's the last guy.
No, I bought off David E.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
Yeah, he dropped it back to me. I literally came back from lunch on the Friday, and not even set up yet, and there's a tear drum in a box underneath the table. I'm like, okay. And Jason, there's Don Johnson, by the way. Remember I was saying earlier on, Marcus?
Yeah.
For figure parts and parts. He's brilliant for that.
Yeah, Don Johnson and Henry Kaufman Jr. are both out of a fairly similar area. G.I. Jason is from up north, like Michigan-ish, Minnesota-ish, Wisconsin, somewhere up in there.
They're all good guys. G.I. Jason, I got a couple of really good figures, and Chris hunted them down the year before. I think all on this side now is pretty much classified stuff, if I remember correctly. 3Ds and loose figures and the likes.
Yeah, I don't know how much intent there is kind of to group stuff together, especially, but yeah, I think you're right. It did feel a bit more modern on this side of that. Oh,
I think it was the same seller, was it?
Well, you think like a lot of us, multi-year vendors, we've kind of like locked in our spaces.
Yeah.
And so you kind of have the same people in the same spots, and then you fill in either with returning people or customizers. That stuff was amazing looking.
It was.
In the indie toy lines, as they kind of take up middle spots, and it's kind of nice.
The Skyhawks were great, weren't they? The two 6-inch scale Skyhawks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got the Arctic one. I wanted to get the Tiger Force one, but I couldn't get hold of it.
All right.
Okay, I can't find Adam Rich's name on the vendor list, so I am wrong. I was very confident, though.
you were very confident.
I was.
You were so confidently wrong there. I thought I must be wrong.
It's like he definitely gone.
Well, actually, we'll find out later on. There's a post where he said he was going, so there we go.
Yeah, you never know. Some of these guys, they just go along for the crack of it without necessarily having tables. So,
tell you what's missing there last year, Mark. Do you remember the guys who were doing the medical stuff and they had all the injuries and we took some rather interesting photographs.
Yeah, I didn't add that one into the slideshow. Yeah,
That's Josh, isn't it? Yeah,
Josh Eggerbean we're currently doing a giveaway for his latest book, the Trivia and Accessories book, on the International Heroes Facebook group. So if anyone is in that group and you are not you're in the UK, then enter that. I need to add a bump onto that message to get a few more entries onto it before we close it down, Steve.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, this area here I didn't really kind of go near, really.
I did.
Yeah, it's kind of like the furthest corner away from like the entrance point, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I think it's probably a bit underloved.
Some good stuff there.
This is where Kent Leedy was there the year before when I got my flag off him.
Oh, okay. He gets moved around a fair bit because he was the opposite side in 2024 and upstairs last year.
Yeah. Kent's a great guy.
Yeah.
He is, yeah.
He's got some great stuff. Kent has in great condition as well.
I love just finding this random stuff like G.I. Joe toothbrush.
I would have bought it.
I find with Kent stuff as well. Like if there's a vehicle that you're looking for that you can't find anywhere else. He tends to have the really hard to get stuff.
He was the only one that had a Fang.
That's right.
Two of them. You got one, I got the other. Like a Fang, you think that's common as anything, but
like
we got them.
teeth.
Every time I speak to him, he's always name dropping somebody he's bought a collection off of. I think it was Boyd Holbrook who lives near him, the actor, and he had a load of Joe stuff off him to sell. So it was that was quite an interesting conversation.
But he offered to ship and did ship my Terradrome there, and I think I mentioned earlier on the big bits of the flag. And I mean, he wrapped it expertly, and then for shipping.
There was no damage done to mine.
So I owe him a bottle of whiskey now going over next month as well. I'm sure he'll appreciate it, but he's a good dude.
I had a horror story about buying a flag the other year. Bought one off eBay in USA, and the lady that was selling it had never sold anything like any kind of action figures or toys. And she took it to the UPS local store, and she didn't put a label on it and just dropped it off. And it went missing for about, 4 or 5 weeks, and miraculously it turned back up at her house again.
Jesus.
So,
That's wild.
This was bigger last year. This lobby swap kind of was.
Yeah, this is a video of one of the lobby swaps. It would have been, I think it's the Saturday evening lobby swap.
The Joefest lobby swap is an interesting evolution. So it used to be just one night, but because so many of us come in, we're coming in Thursday and then Wednesday. Room sales and lobby swaps start Wednesday and they run all the way through Sunday, even though officially there's now 2 nights. So it's definitely something that, like, if you like shopping off the floor, I think, Stefan, you already mentioned people selling out of their cars. Stephen and I were going into strange garages with strange men, and the two legit lobby swaps plus all of the extra lobby swaps all the other nights, and so on. It's great.
It is great. It really is.
Because when you're done shopping, you can do more shopping.
Why not? Why not? Boy, you can do this with a beer in your hand,
Yeah.
There's a guy on the end here. I got my best figures ever from him, and that was just on the lobby swap. It's just incredible stuff you can find there.
Chris, I thought we had you talked into getting the Defiant off this hallway.
Yeah.
We should have done that.
There's a fish hook in your mouth, and we were trying to.
Probably should have done it.
Go for that.
Which one of you is bringing a Defiant home this year?
Not me, no.
It looks like it's going to have to be me again.
You got
You're going to try again.
Just for the doors.
2027 is my Defiant year. Not this year. I have to leave something.
Is that that's the biggest hole in your collection at the moment, Stephen?
Oh yeah. So I'm only vehicles wise. I collect 82 to 89. So vehicle wise, I'm missing the Sergeant Slaughter's Marauders Lynx, which I couldn't find 2 years in a row at Joefest. the Crossfire, which I've turned down 2 years in a row at good prices, Toy Department, and then Joe, Melissa. But I'm not in any hurry for that.
Did you not buy Todd's? He had 2 sealed.
No. See, I'm not. They were probably too expensive for me. I didn't know he had them, but I'm not at this point in my collection. I don't go for sealed stuff. I just want loosey goosey, you know. But they're a good price, you know. But
yeah, you're going to be paying a premium for the sealed if you just want to open it up and display it, right?
Although I think I will probably from next year onwards start getting more boxed stuff, particularly the smaller things that will fit. Because I got a few boxes over the last couple of years and they're nice. It's just a matter of space, isn't it? That's the problem.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this guy has some really lovely bits.
Yeah. Stefan, did you get a chance to wonder about the lobby swaps in the evenings, or were you a bit past it by that point? Was it a bit too much?
I'll go out for dinner tonight with you know, Rob Rust and Drew and all that lot. So I did it year one for about an hour. But no, I will make a point of doing it this year for sure. You see some good bits just on that little clip there of see a few bits, didn't you? So yeah, definitely 100% I'll be there.
There's definitely, you know, it's not like Tat there. There's all sorts of interesting stuff in the lobby swap that potentially you're not even going to see on the show floor. That there's you know, there's different stuff there as well. Yeah, some people just giving ridiculous bargains as well. There'd be like a crate. Someone had like a crate of Star Wars toys and said, I don't know, give me $10, you can have the whole crate of these, that kind of thing.
It's the dilemma of a steak and a beer, or you know what I mean? It's one of them, isn't it? Yeah. What do? You don't
want to make a mistake by missing the steak. Yeah.
No, there you go, mate. There you go.
You can always eat. You can always eat when you go home. You know, that's it. You can't buy Joe's when you're at home. You know? Well, that's and then you have the rooms, the hotel rooms as well. You know, 2024, I gave Steph a heart attack by getting I think it was on record as the earliest room sale going, just by opening the suitcase in the lobby.
And that's a good story.
I was so basically what happened.
Was that the first year?
That was the first year I was there. 2024.
Yeah.
That was the Thursday afternoon. So Paddy Lennon had asked me, did anybody asked the group, did anybody got an ATC? I said, yeah, I've got one. Sold it to Patrick Stewart. So handed it over to him in the lobby on the Thursday afternoon. And then you literally had people looking up from the balcony going, Action Force. And so, I've got more of my suitcase beside me because I just checked in and opened up the suitcase. And then literally I got tapped from Rob Rust on the shoulder saying, let's go up to room 80 or whatever because they're going to be giving out, you know. And as I was, you know, and people, you know, I said, all right, lads, we're going to go up to this room. See it there in 10 minutes. Steph was walking in the door, I think with Chris as well. Get those suitcases. And kind of impromptu, but gave him a heart attack because he wasn't ready to start selling. And I think you probably made about 20 grand in that 10 minutes, though. You're forgiving me. But that was chaos. But we did, we controlled.
There was loads of people. There was loads of people talking about that the whole weekend. Then, as in, did you make it to the flash sale?
The room, yeah. Even Ed got up to that room and everything he did. It was just like, you know. And then I just remember Rob and Andrew Felsberg in the corner just chilled out, giving us advice on what price to sell things, and that people just randomly coming in, and that was on record as the earliest room sale at Joefest. I think it's still the record. I don't think it is, but I guess Steph had a wee bit of a heart attack. I didn't repeat the mistake last year. So.
I was dead on my feet, mate. I was.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, but that's why you came in earlier last year to be ready for the Thursday, because we didn't know what to expect really. I think the Thursday became the new Friday. Then Wednesday became the new Thursday, and now Tuesday's the new Wednesday this year.
So are you guys doing anything after Joefest, or are you heading straight back home, or seeing anything, any sights anywhere?
Straight back this year.
Flying home on the Monday, yeah.
Yeah.
Monday back.
Flights are better for us this year, Ray, aren't they? 4 o'clock.
Yeah, bit of a lie-in.
From Augusta. Yeah, so we can go partying on Sunday night.
Stay longer on the Sunday. Because Sunday is one of the best nights there, I think. And
yeah.
The problem is, though, you're really clock watching for the night, as in you don't want to be too groggy.
Clock watching, yeah? Yeah.
Well, it is a sausage fest, I suppose, but...
yeah. I remember the first year I was there. It was 2 a.m. I was talking to Brian Kaufman and a few other lads, David E and the boys, at 2 o'clock, and I just had to force myself to go to bed. Met Jason while I was still drunk. We took a classic picture at 9:30 the next morning, going to the car with Brian driving down to Charlotte. So I think flying to Augusta last year was a good shout. Worked out really well for me. I think Ray, you're doing the same here.
Doing the same this year, yeah.
We got a good price as well, didn't we? First, yeah.
Yeah, I was surprised. Now, to be honest, I thought there was something wrong with it, but we got there.
Yay!
I think we need to get Jason in on the sandwich this year, Steve and me.
Oh, the classic sandwich picture.
Yeah, we've got to get Jason in on that, mate, this year.
He'd be like a slice of cheese.
He can go at the bottom.
With a cherry on top.
He's at the bottom, mate. Yeah, Jason at the bottom.
Good luck, Jason.
But if Joe Bayless
Nice
just
knowing
came
you.
over, at 2 o'clock in the morning on the Sunday, just grabbed me and threw himself backwards onto Steph. And there's 3 of us in a big sandwich picture. Like, it was the picture of Joefest last year, I thought.
Loved it.
But I'm going to wrap up now, so that's me done.
Yeah, I think
I've
so.
got it. Do you want it on screen, or do you want it to be a special private moment?
Oh, we
We'll
have
turn
it.
around
You have
this.
it. Put up if you have it. So Jason, if you come between me and Joe, there, you're like a slice of cheese, with a quarter pounder and 2 big brioche buns on the outside.
We'll never see you again, Jason, if that happens.
Yeah, I don't know.
I thought I was going to print that out and put it on my fridge, but I forgot to. That would have been good motivation for to get in shape, but alas, I didn't do it.
This call started with "Come up to my room and I'll sort you out," and it ends with "Hey, let's put you in the middle of the sandwich."
You want me to eat my sandwich, mate?
Yeah, Steph wants you to be the bottom bun.
He does.
We're forward trained.
This is what all Joefest is all about, people. If you've not been before, this is what it's about.
Yeah. And what happened to Joefest?
Yeah. It gets repeated next year on a live stream.
Cool.
I got
Right. Any final thoughts? Words of wisdom? We're empty.
See you at Joefest, guys. Can't wait. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
5 weeks. It's going to fly by. Can't wait.
Yeah.
Catch you later.
See you
Good
next
night.
time.